Good afternoon. We're at Maxus HQ and we just dropped off our long-term loan T90 EV. The white one there. It's the one that we had for a week's review about a year and a half ago. And now we're behind the wheel of the brand new MGHS. And we're off on an adventure, aren't we, Annabelle? We
are on a road trip. Heading down to BYD Stratstone.
To see some Yang Wangs and a BYD Seal U. XJS!
Oh, hidden!
Quite
hidden.
Literally in a hedge.
What do you think about the stratospheric rise of MG over the past, 10 years?
Yeah.
So once they hit their stride, the momentum was there and they've just run with it.
They have.
And you've got to give them kudos because they know what they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
And this is a lovely car. I mean, look at this, guys. Soft touches here. You've got contrasting stitching, piano black there. But it's soft up here as well.
This is challenging SUVs 10 grand more now. It's certainly changed, hasn't it?
It really has. It's not surprising when you look at what you get for the money.
Oh no. And that's it. It's not just the interior or the exterior. It's pretty much the whole lot, including the engine. The only thing that stays the same is the actual capacity, which is 1.5. But these are going to sell. I mean, when we saw it at Goodwood, it amazed, didn't it?
It did.
Now we're in it. You feel enveloped. And if you've noticed, none of it's angled towards you, and
no.
it makes it feel spacious.
Yeah, it's open, isn't it? Yeah. I was very comfortable when I was driving it. I could adjust my seat belts, electrically operated seat. Mind you, we are in the trophy trim.
We are.
And look at that dynamic red paint. It's lovely, isn't it?
No, I like driving these. The thing is, every time you get in one, it's climbed another echelon, hasn't it? No, if you read the reviews about this, people are amazed. A couple of bugbears, but nothing to really write home about, and I've not noticed anything yet. So, let's see if we can put these bugbears to rest. One of them is about the gearbox being a little hesitant. Well, I'm not going to test it here, but just on normal acceleration, it seems to pull. And the thing is, you can get a manual.
So we'll get our bearings, get on the motorway, figure out how long it's going to take us to get there, so how long we're road tripping for, road trip, and check back in.
Well, it's changed at the rear, hasn't it?
It certainly has.
The thing is, you won't have seen it as much as me, because I've been following you all the way down.
You'll know what you've been looking at.
Line, it's amazing how much it's changed. It's still got the same shape, but you've got a full width light bar. And the rear lenses are about a third of that thickness.
Wow.
You've got like a mini spoiler and rear diffuser styling. And really bright brake LEDs as well. Well, full LED setup.
That's it, because the one that's just gone past us, it's a good looking car.
It is.
But they just keep tweaking and tweaking, making it better and
this
better.
Is sleeker. It really is.
Yeah, they've gone for the bolder design look, haven't they?
Yeah. If you like this type of video, why not subscribe to the channel? You just hit the button on the right hand side. It's free and you'll get an alert every time we upload. Also, if you do like the video, why not give it a like? It all helps and it means we can get more cars. Thank you. I think the first thing I've noticed is how quiet it is in the cabin. It's quieter. It's definitely more refined than the previous gen, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's made a noticeable difference because the roads have only gotten worse.
There's also something about the suspension and the way it feels grounded. The other ones felt not wallowy per se.
No, but they had a bit more bounce.
Well, this feels like a lowered car. It's still got the ride height, but when you're going over things, the suspension feels far more sure-footed. It's comfortable, but you can tell that it's holding the road more so, or at least that's how it appears.
Yeah.
Which I prefer. That's why I used to lower cars. It wasn't because of the look, it's because of the feel.
And the way it handles, yeah.
It's the whole shebang, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the 1.5 turbo engine, which isn't the original engine. It's just a 1.5 and that's where it ends. So it's re-engineered. Damn good brakes, as we just found out.
Yes.
One thing I have noticed is when you get in, it feels like the brake is further to the right initially. And Annabelle felt the same as well, but maybe that's just because we've been driving a lot of vehicles. Something to note, big fat footrest. I know everything's very responsive. Steering's lovely and weighty, isn't it? Lots of adjustment too. Now, smooth gearbox. Fraction of hesitation if you put your foot down. But nothing to really write home about. I always wanted one of these. Look at that. Oh, Gullible's World. Sorry, Gullivers. Managed to achieve 44.1. I've been driving for, what, say 10 miles, and I'm still getting 44.1. That's not bad for a 1.5 turbo engine, considering the other one used to be high 30s on a good day. But that now watches you to make sure that you're not going. But I can look at the screen, I can look around. As long as I'm not looking out the window for a good 10 minutes, it doesn't really bother me, which is nice.
Well, so you don't want an Agatha Christie, do you?
Not at all. No, the beeps are enough for that, but they alert you. And to be honest, I listen to them. I look down as a geek. And with this, I think it's 170, 180 brake horse, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
And I've noticed that if we weren't watching Waze, we could even put our navigation in our cluster. Favourites system. So you can put things like driving modes, aircon. I suppose we've seen the technologies move, haven't we?
Yeah.
So instead of being on the end of there, and then buttons being minimalised, but not removed, which is good. A lot of people want buttons, and you take them out. Well, you've seen the reactions.
I was going to say, yeah. People have gotten quite vexed.
Yes, but no, it's a very, very pleasant motorway car, and I say very, very rarely. I mean, I didn't think there was anything wrong with the previous one. It was a good SUV, but this is just a cut above again. Why this surprises me, I don't know, because it was the same with the MG3, and now they're flying off the shelf. The thing is, HS is best-selling vehicle for MG, isn't it, Hannibal?
It is.
It makes, I think it's a third of all profits for MG. That's madness. Mind you, it's the SUV that's perfect for a family.
Yeah. Because there's loads of space in here.
Yeah. Oh, we've reset the MPG. Let's see what we can get. Please focus on driving. There you go.
Ah.
Because I looked at the button. If you notice as well, this is picking up on size of vehicle.
And when you're indicating, the camera comes up here.
The start at 25,000.
Yeah. What you get for the money is fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, this one's a touch more because it's a trophy. And we've got the auto box as well.
And the tri-coat dynamic red paint.
Yes. The one that's going to be a real game changer is a hybrid.
Yeah.
Now, the hybrid was good in the previous one, but this is a completely new hybrid system. I'm wondering if it's somehow related to the 3. But the thing that really stands out about it is 75 miles of pure electric range. PHEVs, I mean, what was the previous one? 30? Something like that? Wow. I mean, yes, you will be paying around 33,000 starting price for that. But it's likely worth it. But the petrol, I'd have tomorrow. Especially with this auto, it's nice and smooth. Yeah, it's not the quickest box in the world.
But it's very smooth.
Yeah, it is.
I found it seamless, to be honest.
Oh yeah. No, it's a joy. It really is. Infotainment system seems nice and responsive. You can find and reach things really easily, which is nice. So I could just, when I press things, they do things. For example.
Here, so
there
we go home.
Straight into Apple CarPlay.
Yep. So we then go into home because you've got your nav set in as well. But
so it's
comes
the same
with the
system we've seen the MG4.
As to say, yeah.
CarPlay.
So,
which is,
we're a big fan of Waze, and we always have Master Chief watching our back. So
we do. It's a cut above the first infotainment, isn't it?
Yes,
you remember
it is.
that was.
That had
did
some
the job, but wow, you had to wait.
Yeah.
Whereas this, it's fast enough.
Yeah.
It's not the quickest on the planet, but it doesn't need to be.
And the nice plush tactile finish is continued in the back as well. We'll have a closer look when we pull up.
There is one thing that's missing. Can you tell what it is in your beer?
No.
Sunroof.
Of course, we do have a nice light headliner.
But no panoramic.
But no panoramic.
Whether we'll see one in the future
remains to be seen.
I've just engaged the adaptive and wow, it's very attentive. It's not sharp either, it knows how to do things. Also, I've noticed the road sign recognition seems to be pretty damn good. It's not got one wrong. It's doing all this itself. And you can see the little radar symbol at the front of the car as well.
Heavy traffic reported ahead.
Thank you, Master
I
Chief.
don't like it. We're too exposed.
We are exposed, you're
Be
right.
ready.
And look at that for an MPG. So yes, I am down to about 45, 50 miles an hour. But just under 60?
Wowzers. Well impressive.
Yeah.
A big bushy beard.
What about when he's chasing him? He calls him, oh, I know, Judge Judy and Execution. That's what, isn't it?
Judge Judy and Executioner.
More and more a favour this, and it's very well set up. It's not alarming per se, but it is strange not to have a rev counter. Instead, I've got a number that keeps changing down here.
Yeah,
I presume.
1700, 1600.
There you go.
Yeah. And if you're a bit of a duck like me, you will need to adjust your seat so that when you're in the driving seat, you can see all of the bits that you need. For sure.
But it toes down, so it allows you to be able to see.
Yes, exactly.
With that auto box, you don't really need to do anything.
No.
You know, it's got start stop, and then with the adaptive, you do need to put your foot down to pull away if you've been sat for a little bit. But apart from that,
It's
it's
literally,
still that smooth pull.
yeah, that's it. You sit in it and you drive off and that's it.
I've not even been through the screen yet. What else do we have? So it changes on the right hand side. Health centre. So things like tyres. DAB. Accumulated total.
See, I like that touch of having bits that you can see in the infotainment screen on the right hand side, so you don't lose focus on.
Oh, that's
Keeping
to
your
do
eyes
with the
on the road.
stereo as well, so that's how
Yeah.
you turn your volume up. If you're adaptive, you can change the distance between you and the vehicle in front. And it's interesting that adaptive is now this little steering wheel, because that used to be the lane keep assist, but I presume because it's MG Pilot or a similar newer version, it's all under one button. But you can play with various settings through the infotainment. I still can't get over how quiet it is in the cabin.
Yeah, it
Now,
is.
you will hear a bit of noise because we're not using our Rode mic, because for some reason the iPhone just doesn't like it anymore. Honestly, take one for a drive and you'll see exactly what we're talking about.
It is a lovely ride, isn't it?
It is. It's remarkable for the price. And the fact that I'm getting...
What is it now? Yeah. I was going to say, what's the...
53.
Fantastic.
And it's stop, start, stop, start, stop, start. And that's showing just over half a tank, 308 miles. So realistically, you've got between 550 and 600 mile tank. And everything's nice and straightforward. You can just see things at a glance. I do like the way that they've countersunk this as well. And plus, you know, it's like the glosses. I mean, I will always miss the retro round vents because they took you back to classic MG, but I can see why they've done it. Offering their
suits.
customers something more.
Yeah.
You know, when MG first launched, they were learning, especially, you know, coming into a British brand essentially, and coming out with an SUV. Whoa, pitchforks.
But SUVs sell.
SUVs
There's a
save
reason-
car companies.
Yes, there's a reason why SUVs are so popular.
Well, for a start, you can climb in them. A lot of people do find it. I mean, just think of an MGB.
Exactly.
I could get in it, but my head would be stuck out the roof.
Yeah. And with some of the challenges I have, I'd just about be able to get into it, but I wouldn't be able to get out without help.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when you've got like a little MGB, that's that's part
That's
of
it.
what you get it for.
It's the heritage.
It's
the fun.
exactly.
It's the overheating on a Sunday. It's the going flat out. It's the burble of the engine. It's the same reason I bought a lot of old cars. They weren't particularly reliable, but they were fun to own.
Thing is, nowadays it's all about reliability, efficiency, safety, tech.
Yep.
Making sure you're at the lowest emissions you can possibly be. And it's sustainable. The entire car market has changed so drastically
Yeah.
in the past 30 years.
Do you know what's clever about MG on this one?
Go on then.
They still offer a petrol.
It's nice that there are brands that are still, like, well, Suzuki. They knew that they were going to have to take a hit to bring out their last Super Mini.
Whereas what did Ford do?
They just stopped it.
Yeah, they just pulled the fuse.
But there's a huge market for Super Minis. There's a huge market still for SUVs.
It's because the profit margins are so small. Because they get billed so many grand per
Yeah.
unit. It's unfair.
Wazes or whatever system that you prefer to use. Wazes, yes.
Do you know the ways?
To San Jose's.
I was San Jose's.
San Jose's. La 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 la.
Do you know the ways is?
To San Jose's.
Iosis.
God, we are
What's
murdering
iosis?
that. I don't know, but we're murdering that song. Murdering it, I tell you. With the fact that the traffic has been heavy, we were talking about an hour to go.
Well, we may as well talk about safety. It's just reminded me.
Oh, okay, good point.
Because every time something's going past, the blind spot detection is going. Beep, beep, beep.
Yeah, the blind spot detection's excellent on this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Decent
just
range
yeah,
in it too.
yeah, exactly, and it's also just perfectly placed so that it just catches your peripheral.
It does. Nice mirrors on this, rather
Yeah.
sporty. So you've got things like AEB, collision detection, mitigation systems, bicycle and pedestrian detection,
Yeah.
lane keep assist,
Traffic sign alert. Yeah.
traffic sign alert,
Traffic sign recognition. Yeah, but then it'll alert you if it's.
Well, it will, yes. I suppose that's part of it.
Thank you. So I wasn't totally off mark.
Not totally.
You just like to mock me, don't you?
Well, it was quite funny.
So now that we picked up some pace, how's that doing for the economy, please, Ben?
We were travelling between 65 and 70 and getting anything from 51 to 53 to the gallon.
Oh,
As
see,
long
that's
as I just do
impressive.
normal acceleration. If I drop a gear, then it drops. But
You've got no need of it at the moment because
Exactly.
you're just keeping up with the flow of traffic, aren't you?
I'm also not compelled to do it. It's there if I need it, and it gets out of trouble pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But
Well, I noticed that there was one or two times when I was either giving way or I needed to change lanes.
exactly.
The power was there. If I needed it, I could get out of the way.
Yeah.
Such a nice, comfortable vehicle. You just want to cruise.
Yeah.
Not really very much that you can pinpoint that you don't like about this. You're very hard pressed to find something to say, well, they could improve on this.
The other thing is, the rear seats don't slide, but there's decent space. It's a 7-year warranty. I think it's like 80,000 miles.
This hasn't really gone up very much because I checked.
Yeah. What is it, 2 or 3 grand?
Less than that. I think it's literally just under 2.
Well, they have to also now be pretty much in line with the motor, don't they?
Yeah. That thing is, that's the good thing about a healthy competition. Because if you're going to lose that business because you've priced yourself out your market.
Yeah.
MG are too canny for that.
It's phenomenal how much they've grown in the last 9 years, is it? Every facet of MG has. I can't think of anything that's got worse. It's
No.
all just improved.
Well, I mean,
No end.
for us being members of the NGMW, what was our car of the year for last year?
4.
MG4, yeah. And it deserved it, right? It was rightly so.
As you can see, I'm just relaxed.
It's such a chill drive, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, we always enjoy ourselves on road trips, but just having that extra space, the comfort, the safety, the tech, the convenience, the refinement, it's just making this a joy.
Oh yeah. No, they've excelled massively with this one. That's it. You could kit out your whole family now with MGs, and they'd all be pretty much on a par.
Yeah.
And that's what they wanted. And now you've got things like the Cyberster and the Cyber GT coming. They're going back to their roots.
Especially in their centenary year, it's important that they're giving such a nod to the heritage.
Oh yeah.
Oh, let's have a look and just say hello. Hello, horsey. Enjoy your journey.
Did you see that van sway?
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's the thing about this. It's not.
It didn't
It's
move
not
at all.
swaying at all.
No.
You can feel a fraction of movement, but then it rights itself within.
Milliseconds.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't realise how strong.
Indescribable amounts.
Yeah, I didn't realise how strong the wind was until I was getting a bit warm. So I opened the window and I heard it, and I was like, "Oh."
You see the power delivery then?
Yeah.
You want to pull out in traffic, you just blip your throttle and it'll just go. And you've got sport in the auto box as well.
Not waka waka, maka maka maka. A wagon full of mockers.
Ooh, you see many of those, especially doing that speed.
Yeah. Normally it's a blur.
No clue what the model is. Answers on a postcard.
The Opal vans.
Yeah, Opal rather than
Oh, yeah.
Volkswagen. I wonder where they're going.
Eyes up.
I do like the Opal symbol.
I do too. It's very Flash Gordon. Gordon's alive. Can't quite do the Brian Blessed, but you know what I mean. Dive.
Why are we stuck next to this flaming wagon? I was going to pass it in a car now.
I know, but we are getting a close look at all the Opals.
A pal.
Hey, Opal fruit.
Yeah. Opal fruit. Sent to Coventry. That's a term, isn't it?
It is.
Second. Again in the left. Kennedy.
Do you remember that funny meme that was like 50, 60, 70 Jamiroquai?
No.
The iconic RAC building.
Yeah.
It's been like a landmark for years now, isn't it?
It's iconic, isn't it?
Yeah. That's the word I was looking for.
It was a big glass building. It was so ahead of its time back then.
Yeah.
And then it was all like we're watching the M6. It was like such a statement. It's effortless.
Yeah, you're right.
There's Sanyongs. Look at them.
Oh.
2 wagonfuls of Sanyongs. All Tivoli's.
Well, I know. I had to think and put it together.
KGM Tivoli, not Sanyong. Mind you, still called Sanyong in Australia.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
How has that happened? Because I thought it was brand wide.
Maybe it's like Colt Car Company was with Mitsubishi.
Ah, I see what you mean. Okay.
At slower speeds, it is quite a lively accelerator, but you do adjust to it rather quickly. Check that for a backdrop.
Wow.
I don't think we've ever entered Birmingham like this, have we?
No, because generally if we're coming off near here, we're going right over to the NEC.
Yeah.
So we don't see this. Wow, look at that.
Well, we're certainly hitting it. What's the name time, aren't we? Rush hour.
Well, it's not peak rush hour, it's the end of it really, but it's still very heavy.
Well, I think the road disagrees, as well as the traffic.
I think an hour ago we wouldn't have been moving. I'm not that familiar with Birmingham, but it does seem to be a very large city. Well, we're heading onto the ring road, so...
What does that mean? No motorbikes?
I don't
Exit
know.
left.
Like, at
It's
all?
go time.
I don't know.
Oh, look, a BT building again. Smooth changes. Low speed.
It is very smooth, isn't it? Yeah. Straight on and stay in this lane.
In a quarter of a mile. At the roundabout. Take the third exit.
This is...
In 0.1 miles.
Yeah.
At the roundabout.
We're
Wow,
only...
we're in car dealership land, look.
Yeah, I was going to say we're only 0.8,
Yeah.
so we must be nearly there.
Big John's, eh? Yeah. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look. Whoa, look at the car on the side of it. That looks like a diner. That could be diner.
I think that might be where we're
Tonight's
having
diner.
dinner. Yeah.
Turn on the wipers instead.
In half a mile.
So, we're nearly there.
And I'm putting my window down because I'm hot.
It is hot, isn't it?
It's very well insulated, this.
It is. So even in winter, it's going to be a really nice place to be, isn't it?
Whoa, over crest. That's a steep bridge.
Oh yes, you could easily see you getting airlift on that.
Airlift, eh?
Quarter of a mile, if that.
Yeah, if you feather the accelerator with this, you can just literally plod around.
So it's not this one, it's the next left.
If you put your foot down a little more, and it bursts into life.
Yeah. And that's it, knowing that you've got that power to just get out of trouble if you need to.
Yeah.
Stratstone.
Stratstone, there we go.
We both saw that at the exact same time.
Okay, so now we need to work out where it is.
And we have
Now
arrived.
We have a parking spot there, which I will go and park into.
Yes.
See this as well. This is new. Used to just have lines and things, but now it's
You've got
similar
red,
to the
yeah.
earlier grades of Tesla. And
Yeah. Well, you've got red, amber, green in terms of your...
Yeah.
It's way more sensitive and it's got more functionality built into it, doesn't it?
And I'm looking for a key, and because I've been driving the Maxus, I haven't got one. So, we've arrived with 53.3 mpg. That's immense.
And still 290 miles of range.
Just wake me when you need me.
Always a pleasure. Thank you, Master Chief.
And there you have it. Stay tuned for part 2, and thank you for watching.